1 acres, Fremont County, Colorado. This is in the town of Rockvale. My name is Miles McLaughlin. We're with Wilco Land. What we do is we buy and sell vacant property on the internet. Little different than your traditional real estate. I'll click through some of our photos here and let you see what we're looking at. I'll discuss, in this video, I'll discuss access, how you can go get out to this property on your own and check it out. I'll talk about things like, hey, what's the zoning? What can I do with this property? What's allowed? I'll also talk about utilities. Is there water, power, septic, things of that nature. So stay tuned here. We'll walk through this property, what I'm seeing in the property as well. To get started, we're seeing survey markers. So when you're out at the property, you should be able to identify the 4 corner survey markers that should be identifiable. You can see there's 360 views from this property, really a beautiful terrain out here. There's tons of world-class outdoor recreation. This is located about 2 hours south of Denver, just west of Pueblo and Colorado Springs. So Colorado, has been appreciating since probably I've been alive. Prices haven't gone down. I look at this as maybe a development opportunity for a small builder, or maybe somebody who wants to build their dream home someday. So those options exist, right? And going down through this listing, the first thing I want to touch on is how to access this property using GPS coordinates. So this hasn't been developed. There's no address to this property. All I'm going to do is copy these coordinates. I'm going to plug them into Google Maps here, and we can see this shows exactly where the property is, just like somebody's address. And when you get out there, you should be able to maybe identify those corner markers, or at least those aerial images on Google Earth. And I'll dive into that in a little bit. We'll kind of help you, give you an idea of what you're looking at without getting a survey. So zooming in on where we're at, we're simply using GPS coordinates, and that's going to bring you straight up here on Quail Court. The property is going to be over here. Going one step further, and here's the Arkansas River. So like I said, you're super close to the Arkansas there. And just looking at the map, you can see just national forests and world-class recreation here. So expect growth, expect Colorado to keep growing. Like I said, I think it's a good investment opportunity. If you're going to sit on it, it's not a bad one to sit on. It's also a good one to maybe develop in the future. I wanted to continue on with accessing the property. Hey, when I get out there, how do I know I'm not looking at this property versus this one? Well, one, the trees are kind of an indication, but number 2 is look for natural features in the landscape to help identify the corner of the property. So we see this driveway right here. This driveway is at the south tip of our property. So, okay, so you visualize that, right? Okay, here's the neighbor's house across the street. That makes sense. Okay, how far back does the property go? I believe there's power lines on this western side of the property. So that could be an indication. Otherwise, maybe you do the walk test. It's about 400 feet. Maybe you walk 133 yards, a little over a football field, about a football field and a half. The next natural feature in the landscape is maybe this road starting to veer off to the left here. That's where the property starts over here. Again, I do believe there's power lines. I think we can kind of see those poles there. This is what that road must be. This is something else you might be able to identify, but I believe this is all power lines across this western lot line. So power, not a worry to me when I look at this property. I'm going to get a lot of questions about water. Water is actually going to be a water you can tap into. So you can tap into, it must be the town of Rockvale. My suggestion for really diving into that. So water tap can be extended into these lots. So that's a good sign. How much does that cost? I'm not sure. I would start with the planning department. We've got their contact information here. You can also just hop on Google and Google Fremont County Planning Department. You can call them and say, hey, I'm looking into how I attain water, how I can tap into water for this parcel here. Where do I go from here? They probably will get you in touch with the water district or the water master, something of that nature, where they can probably start to talk about pricing with you. They probably have maps showing where the lines or where those water lines are underneath the ground. So they'll have a much deeper knowledge and understanding of that than I do. So that's kind of where I would start if you're looking to build. But we can see that the neighbors were able to do it fine. I don't see these aren't like $10 million homes or $1 million homes, right? Where people had just tons of money to spend on developing and getting water. So that's a great sign. People were able to modestly develop. They also have accessory structures. So people ask a lot about land use and zoning. This area these people have multiple structures on their property. So that opens up a lot, have your shop, have your garage there, have a Morton building, maybe even a guest house is allowed. I'm not sure, but that's going to fall under zoning. What you can do with the property is going to fall under zoning. This is zoned residential estate. What does residential estate mean? It means there's larger lots, It's supposed to provide kind of this rural residential development area. And if you click into the website link here, we have that, or the zoning link, you can actually get to those planning and zoning documents and residential districts, RE. And it's going to go over a bunch of accessible uses. It's going to talk about general provisions, definitions. I mean, you all can read, right? This is in here, right? It's going to go over acceptable uses, conditional uses, not acceptable uses that require a permit. So you can dive in here. You can call the county too. We share their number and kind of pick their brains if you have more specific questions in what they're sharing. And again, just looking at aerial imagery, driving out there, seeing what the neighbors are doing, that's a good cue to what you're going to probably be allowed to do on this property. Something I want to mention while we're looking at this as well, we own this lot as well. So we own a total of 4 acres here. I'm just advertising this 2 acre in this video. If you are interested in owning both adjoining lots, whether it be for a guest house, whether it be to just have more free space or an investment to prevent somebody from building behind you, we are happy to sell this as well. We're going to get it listed soon. The plan is to sell them separately, but I'm sure there's going to be people interested in both of them. So we could provide a small discount for somebody buying both of them. You just inquire about it. If you're interested in this one, let me know. We're open to selling those together for somebody that's interested. Round up your friends, round up your family, get 2 side-by-side places. So we talked about power on these properties. We talked about water. There's no sewer lines right now. You're going to have to install a septic system. Contact, get on Google, look up local septic installers. You can also contact the county. Typically, they have like a list of recommended septic installers. So that's somebody you can reach out to as well for more information on that. And yeah, I mean, we've got land use stuff here. We offer seller financing for all of our listings. So if you're interested in doing owner carry, we're a company that's going to carry that note. We're simply providing that. There's no other party doing that. We do offer some slight cash discounts for those cash buyers. Just get with me if you're interested. Hope this video kind of helps summarize things for you. We covered aerial imagery, we covered zoning, we covered utilities. Would love to hear from you. Give me a call anytime, 605-250-1256. Our blog page has a lot of great content. FAQ page covers a lot of good stuff too. So we do fill up the FAQs and blog page with a lot of great content, whether it's using Google Earth, whether it's, what's our interest rate schedule, all that good stuff, right, can be found in those pages. And then you can find more listings on our homepage. So again, my name's Miles. Hope to hear from you soon and hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.